Speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me, oh soul. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me, oh my soul. Won't you dance with me? Dance with me. Dance with me, oh my soul. Comfort me. Comfort me. Comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me. Comfort me. Comfort me, oh my soul, my soul. Voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing in storm and rain, sorrow and pain. Still will remain singing, calming my fears, quenching my tears through all the years, singing, voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing in storm and rain, sorrow and pain. Still will remain singing, calming my fears, quenching my tears through all the years, singing. Our opening reading is called Adrift by Mark Nepo. Everything is beautiful, and I am so sad. This is how the heart makes a duet of wonder and grief. The light spraying through the lace of the fern is as delicate as the fibers of memory, forming their web around the knot in my throat. The breeze makes the birds move from branch to branch, as this ache makes me look for those I've lost in the next room, in the next song, in the laugh of the next stranger. In the very center, under it all, what we have that no one can take away, and all that we've lost face each other. It is there that I am adrift, feeling punctured by a holiness that exists inside everything. I am so sad, and everything is beautiful.
Everything is beautiful, and I am so sad. This is how the heart makes a duet of wonder and grief. The light spraying through the lace of the fern is as delicate as the fibers of memory forming their web around the knot in my throat. The breeze makes the birds move from branch to branch, as this ache makes me look for those I've lost in the next room, in the next song, in the laugh of the next stranger. In the very center, under it all, what we have that no one can take away, and all that we've lost face each other. It is there that I'm adrift, feeling punctured by a holiness that exists inside everything. I am so sad, and everything is beautiful.
Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight turbe, nada te espante, quien a Dios tiene, nada le falta, nada te turbe, nada te espante, solo Dios basta.
I invite you to join me now for our time of guided meditation, and then Tessie will lead us in our time of embracing meditation, where we share our joys and concerns. So this is a time to settle in a little more comfortably, breathe a little more deeply, and begin to relax your shoulders. Let your gaze soften, and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Bring your awareness to your breath, letting each breath coax you into a place of deeper quiet. Whether or not the world is quiet, find some space of quiet inside. And if it isn't quiet inside, that's okay. Maybe you have a busy mind full of thoughts. There is no need to push those thoughts away. Just invite in some breathing space around them and give yourself permission to take a little vacation from having to respond to the thoughts. Right now, in this moment, you don't have to figure anything out. Now bring some attention to your physical body. Notice any sensations. What is it like to meet those sensations with your breath? You can begin to notice areas of tension or tightness. Let your breath invite them to loosen the weight of the world from your muscles and bones. Now bring your breath and your awareness to your heart. What emotional weather is visiting you this season, this year? It is December. Thanksgiving is behind us. Christmas awaits. But really, Christmas is already here, making its presence known. Each year, when it comes around, it has the potential to stir up all kinds of feelings. Whether or not you have a tradition of celebrating Christmas, you know what feelings Christmas is supposed to bring. Hope, joy, gladness, excitement, love, a deep sense of belonging with family and friends and community, holiness, warmth, generosity. Maybe you are able to feel some of those things some of the time, but probably not all of the time. And if this is an especially hard year, the expectation that you should be joyful can be painful. No matter what kind of year you're having, chances are that other feelings are in the mix because you are human. Because humans are complex creatures in a complex world, and life is always changing. Wonder and grief sadness and beauty are all interwoven. What if it was okay to be feeling everything that you're truly feeling, including bereft, angry, bored, exhausted, disoriented, afraid, lonely? What if you could feel any or even all of those things and still have a sense that you were beheld, beloved, and known? In this moment, I invite you to place your hands on your heart. Sit with yourself as if you were a patient, kind-hearted friend with all the time in the world. Invite yourself to be compassionately curious about what's going on inside. And breathe into the whole mix. The joy, the delight, the love, but also the places where you are braced or collapsed, stirred up or stuck, striving or settling. Imagine that your hands are a transmitter of all that is truly loving in this world. And send that love exactly where it needs to go. In the very center, under it all, what you have that no one can take away, and all that you've lost, face each other. You may feel adrift. You may feel punctured by the holiness that exists inside everything. As you send love right where it's needed, you may notice that the deadening weight lightens just a bit. That in those places where there was only grayness, there is beginning to be some color. Maybe some light and warmth and love gently wrapping themselves around you like a cloak. You may even find that you have a little more clarity about what's needed and how best to help your tender heart navigate this Christmas season, whatever it brings. In a moment, Tessie will be leading us in sharing our joys and concerns. So now, let's prepare by just resting your hands in your lap. And I invite you to begin to stir a bit, to become a little more aware of your surroundings. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes. And know that we're so glad you're here with us tonight.
Gently, we turn our minds and our hearts and our thoughts to this community of faith that sustains us, and to communities of faith all around the world that sustain us. And we pause to remember the joys and the concerns that are on our hearts, as well as to name specific people who might be on our hearts tonight. To our Zoom community, I invite you to type those into the chat window, and Lisa will read those aloud, sharing them with the community here so we can hold them with you. And for those of you with us in person, I invite you to share yours aloud. And as we're able to hear you, we'll also share them into the microphone so that the people in our Zoom community will also know what you're sharing, and they too can hold it with you.
Another year's passed with Matt being gone. It's 7 years.
We recognize 7 years that Max has been gone. Barbara and Ron share concern for their troubled grandson who has lost his way.
I share concern and love and support for my friend Kate, whose husband died recently.
We share love and concern for a friend, Kate, whose husband died recently.
In gratitude for my coming great-grandchild and protection for its mother.
We give gratitude for a coming great-grandchild and wish protection upon its mother. We have joy for Eli and Annie Grace, their son and his lovely partner. We offer prayer for breath for Jeanette's lungs and for Berta's family celebrating Christmas for the first time without their mom. We have a prayer from Dominique, sending lots of love and hope for Senator Reverend Warnock in the runoff election tomorrow. Go Georgia.
Prayers for my friend Hannah, who is having knee surgery this week.
Prayers for one's friend Hannah having knee surgery this week. Prayers of wellness and friendship for Charlotte.
Prayers for Morrison and his family.
Prayers for Morrison and his family.
Joy for my friend Lisa
We give joy for Henry's friend Lisa, who recently had a grandson. Barb gives thanksgiving for the life of Sister Tendai, who died peacefully Friday morning at nearly 99 years. She was a loving aunt and a nun who lived a life of service for 77 years.
Prayers of peace. Prayers of peace for complicated relationships that don't get less complicated during the holidays.
Prayers of peace for complicated relationships that don't get less complicated during the holidays.
Prayers for the hungry, the cold, the disillusioned, the hurting throughout the world during this time.
Prayers for the hungry, the cold, the disillusioned, and the hurting throughout this season. For Rebecca's parents, Ruth and Jack, who her son Evan and she will visit for a week in South Texas. Prayers for extended family.
To each and all, according to their needs, may wisdom and healing and compassion flow forth from the Spirit of life today and always. Blessed be, and amen.
Gentle heart, gentle soul, gentle mind, Life is changed, love remains all the time. Gentle heart, gentle soul, gentle mind. Life is changed, love remains all the time. From the eagle in the sky to the fish in the sea, to the great grandmothers watching over me. From the eagle in the sky to the fish in the sea, the great grandmothers watching over me. Gentle gentle soul, gentle mind, mind. Life is change, love remains all the time, time. Gentle heart, gentle soul, gentle mind, mind. Life is change, love remains all the time, time. From the eagle in the sky to the fish in the sea, to the great grandmothers watching over me. From the eagle in the sky to the fish in the sea, to the great grandmothers watching over me. Gentle heart, gentle soul, gentle mind, mind. Life is change, love remains all the time, time. Gentle heart, gentle soul, gentle mind, mind. Life is change, love remains all the time, time.
Some of our longings and prayers come from a deep place where words are difficult to find. You're invited to light a candle on your home altar, and for those of you in the sanctuary, to light one here on the altar for those longings and prayers. And let's continue singing as we light those candles.
Like a ship in the harbor, like a mother and child, like a light in the darkness, I'll hold you a while. We'll rock on the water. I'll cradle you deep and hold you while angels sing you to sleep. Like a ship in the harbor, like a mother and child, like a light in the darkness, I'll hold you a while. We'll rock on the water. I'll cradle you deep and hold you while angels sing you to sleep. Like a ship in the harbor, like a mother and child. In the darkness, I'll hold you a while. We'll rock on the water. I'll cradle Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears.
Our closing reading is Benach by John O'Donoghue. Benach is the Gaelic word for blessing. On the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. When the canvas frays in the kulak of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life.
Benacht by John O'Donoghue. On the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. When the canvas frays in the kurak of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so, may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life.
behind us, day is done. Go in grace. Let us go into the dark, not afraid, not alone. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Go in peace, go in kindness, go in love, go in faith. Leave the day behind us is done. Go in grace. Let us go into the dark, not afraid, not alone. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Let us please go in kindness, go in love, go in faith. Leave the day behind us. Day is done. Go in grace. Let us go into the dark, not afraid, not alone. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Tessie Mandeville, a community minister here at Buff, and just want to thank you for being with us tonight to sing and to pray and meditate by candlelight. And we are so glad our Zoom community is with us as well, and those of you that joined us here in the sanctuary. You know, as we enter this season of holidays and holy days, we can find grief in our hearts. And sometimes that's been covered up over the last year with so much going on. Sometimes we've got brand new grief. Sometimes we feel pressured to be merry and to make bright, despite the pain that some of us carry inside. So for this service, we decided to create some space for folks to come as they are, feeling as they do. Our aim was to create a sacred circle where we could come together to name what is true, to light candles, and to sing simple songs that call us to kindness and compassion and gentleness toward ourselves. And I hope that you were able to relax into this service tonight and that you were able to find here what you needed to help sustain you through the rest of this season. And I thank everyone on the Taize team who helped create this service with me and who helps out in a variety of ways each month. There's quite a number of folks, and I think it's important that we honor their service. So thank you. I also want to thank you for your support of our ministries here at Buff, and in particular for this Taize ministry. So if you're able to contribute financially, we welcome that. For those in our Zoom community, Jeff will show you a slide on how to do that. For those in the sanctuary, there's an offering basket on the back table if you're so moved and so able to contribute tonight. Our first service, it always feels a little strange to say that, but our first service of the new year, that we're going to a new year already, 2023, January the 2nd. So I know that that's right around the holiday, but believe me, we don't want to try to reschedule Taize because I can guarantee you it's not going to work on another Monday for many folks as well. So we'll just keep our first Monday, and we'll come together on January 2nd in person or via our Zoom community. And in the meantime, if you're looking for ways to connect, you're welcome to log on to www.buff.org to find out lots of things happening. If you've been coming to Taize, you are aware that this is not the setup we usually have. But there is, Buff is, this Sunday at 10:30 is Buff's holiday concert. So this is set up for lots of singers and for a harpist and a piano player, and I don't even know, maybe some other folks as well. But you're welcome to come and join us for that. I think that's going to be really lovely. For those in our Zoom community, our Taize team member Betty Scott is going to stay around after the service. So if you'd like to fellowship a little bit longer, if you're just not quite ready to say goodnight, Betty will be happy to facilitate some conversation with you all. And those of us here in person will be able to have some conversations ourselves in the sanctuary. So as we draw this final service of 2022 to a close, we gently remind ourselves that what's done is done. What's left undone is left undone. So as Andrea plays some gentle music, let's visit with one another and let's go in peace. Take good care.